And a lot of people in group chats I'm in, they just don't see identity there yet, AJ. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's natural. I mean, while Stu was talking, I was thinking about Middlesbrough, and I think that I see a lot of similarities between Middlesbrough, the way that they play, and maybe some of what I've seen from Ipswich in the Championship, the last Championship season, being quite direct at times, but also just the way that they can play through teams and that kind of cohesive nature, the way they know where everyone is. And I've seen them in a couple of games now. The one that stands out to me was they beat West Brom 2-1, and there's a move where they didn't create too much in that game, but they just played kind of right to left, played through West Brom. Hackney gets the ball in the box. It's a back heel, and it's swept in. And that's a team that, they've added in the summer, but they've kept this core group at Borough over such a long time. Of course, they've changed manager as well, but that's something that I think is helping them. And look, we'll come back to this. We've said this for so long. The identity's not there because it's a totally new group of players. The identity was there in the last Championship season because they played half a season under McKenna before, played a full season that got them out of League One, and then they had all of that momentum and that identity that they built and been able to develop from there. It's a totally different situation here. With that, you have to be able to caveat it with your quality has to be enough, and it should be, with the fact that you've got £20 million players on the pitch, and you have to be able to defend. And they didn't really do that with the second one. I think I'm not too sure about what the phases were before it, but you look at Kipre, he's played through with the 1-2, he's left totally out on that side. Leif Davis isn't anywhere to be seen. Dara O'Shea's static in the box as the ball comes in. Palmer, the closest thing he's made to an error tonight. I think it would be harsh, but maybe should be able to hold on to the ball. It's quick play that Ipswich just weren't able to react to, and that's where I see when I look at Middlesbrough, I think, wow, actually, you know what, there are some similarities to that cohesive, quick attacking play that Ipswich have. No, they're not outscoring, but when they go forward, I see definite kind of similarities within those patterns.
I'm gonna contradict myself from what I've just said, to be honest, actually, because I say they're not in a position to outscore teams. They could have done tonight, actually, when you think about it. We've mentioned had a penalty saved, had a Stonewall penalty turned down, which could have been another one. Schmodix that was a Davis cut back to Schmodix in the first half. That was a really good chance. What else have we had tonight? Then O'Shea scores, of course. There was a spell where Clark almost set up Azon when they were chasing the equaliser. So there was enough good chances in that game.
Sindre had a chance, didn't he, in the first half, where he blasted over, but he had a chance, didn't he?
Yeah, from the half-cleared corner. Yeah. So there was enough chances in there, but don't put pressure on yourself where you have to convert 3 or 4 of them to be in a position to win a game. And Kieran McKenna said it afterwards, we can't keep going 1-0 down away from home. And probably all of the games, as he says, away from home, Ipswich have had chances to take the lead, not taken them, gone behind, and that changes, especially away from home. It changes the dynamic of the crowd. We saw it at Preston, concede a penalty that gives them something to defend. Blackburn in the abandoned game, obviously that was a bit of a strange game, but it's a similar situation. Birmingham, what else are we missing?
That's it, isn't it? In terms of the league away games.
So
Bromley, they've held behinds as well. I mean, I know it's a different group of players, but it's those same kind of patterns, and there does come a point as well where Bristol City, of course, is the other one, where no matter which players it is, and it's something that Ipswich have to address, where take aside everything that you do on the pitch, you can't let it become a mentality issue. You can't let it become a thing where there's a mental block that you have to overcome, where they'll go into a game where they'll be big favourites and they'll fall 1-0 down against a goal that comes off someone's arse in the corner, and they have that mental block to overcome it, because the longer it goes on, the more it is likely to become a psychological issue, and it's something that they will need to address sooner rather than later, because we have seen things that I think have been psychological issues for Ipswich in the past. Look at last year in the Premier League. I know how hard it is in the Premier League, but things like the home record and being able to do those things, like after a while, sometimes I think there's a mental block there, and there is an aspect that Ipswich need to be able to get that out of the way as soon as possible.